Hello. So I've been thinking about the phrase "fake it till you make it," and I feel like that shit is real as fuck when you think about it. Like, to be honest, I've never really given it much thought, but like I've always just assumed it meant, I don't know, pretend to have stuff you don't have, spend money you don't have, pretend to know stuff you don't know, when that's not actually what it is. I feel like it's more to do with who you are and like how you carry yourself along the journey. Obviously we all have like an ideal destination. Like, we all want to be somewhere, whether it's successful, whether you want to be famous, whether you want to be, I don't know, like whatever your field is, whether you make music or you want to be an athlete or an actor or whatever it may be. Yeah, like we all have or even if you just want to be happy, yeah, we all have a thing that we want. Like, we all have somewhere where if you ask us where do you want to be in 5 years, let's just say, like, oh, I want to be there, right? So we all have a destination. That's easy. We all want to be somewhere. But I feel like fake it till you make it isn't so much about the destination. It's more about the journey. Like, who are you on the way there? I don't think it's I've come to realize, I don't think it's a case of, oh, I'm me, I haven't done anything, but then once I get to this level, I'm gonna start, I don't know, being that guy, being whoever it is I want to be. I feel like you have to kind of be the guy or be that person way before you get there. Like, when you look at these, if you've ever come across like a successful person, like a famous person, you speak to them face to face, yeah, they always have this like presence about them, or like this aura, like, right, this essence, right? And like the reason they have that is because they've obviously made it. They've done, or they're actively doing the stuff that they want to do in life. So for them, there's no anxiety there. There's no uncertainty. It's like, I've done it. Like, I've done it. If you were to walk up to like a famous person, let's just say you ran into like a music artist and you said, oh, I think your music's shit, they're gonna be like, all right. Like, a million other people like disagree, kind of thing. And the thing is, I disagree as well, so I don't even care. They've done it, so you can't, the chance, I mean, unless they're mentally ill, you can't tell this person who's made it like anything, really. You can't chat to them because they've done it. They have something to show for it. But the thing is, in order to actually get there in the first place, you kind of have to have the kind of character to not be knocked even before anyone else gets it. So let's just say you come across somebody with 5 monthly listeners, yeah? Let's just say you have 5 monthly listeners and somebody comes to you and says, your music's shit. You still have to be like, well, no, it's not, kind of thing. I still believe in it. You can't let external, opinions and shit, you can't let that knock you. You kind of have to act like you've already made it. Do you see what I mean? You do have to kind of, in essence, fake it way before you've made it. You have to know before everyone else does. Obviously, this is like pretty commonly known, but I've realized it actually, you can kind of apply it to anything, really. Like, obviously, that kind of example I use there with like music, or whether it's acting, like I say, like one of those sort of creative things, that's on a pretty big scale. Like, if you make it in any of them fields, like, you're up, like, you're crazy, like, you're famous, probably well known, and you're like a person of big influence. But I've realized you can also apply it to smaller aspects of your life. Like, for example, if you're somebody that, I don't know, struggles mentally with things, like if you get anxious, like I get anxious and stuff, I still deal with it. Like, I still deal with getting anxious and whatever. I'm like an overthinker, and I always have been, yeah. But I've been like getting better with it. I've realized that, like, from experience, in order to be somebody that is not anxious, you kind of just have to pretend that you're not. And that's not me trying to say, it's all in your head, guys, anxiety is not real, but like, low key, like, it is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you do, at some point you do have to kind of hold yourself accountable and grow up, like grow out of being anxious about stuff. Like, I'm saying, as an anxious person, yeah, if you pretend to not be anxious, like if you pretend to be somebody that does not deal with anxiety at all, you will eventually find yourself not being an anxious person, right? For example, let's just say you're out and about, you're somewhere, you're just outside, right? You're on a busy street somewhere, and you see somebody wearing something that you think is really cool, and you want to go ask them, like, where'd you get that? Like, I think that looks really good, yeah. Obviously, an anxious person they would think about it, but then they wouldn't do it because they just think, oh, you know what, never mind, it's not that serious, and I don't really want to, like, you don't want the interaction. Trust me, I've been there, I know exactly how it feels. There's been a bunch of people I've seen out there that I want to kind of speak to and approach, but I just don't do it because I just feel like, you know what, who cares, right? But like, if you think to yourself, okay, I'm not doing that right now because I'm anxious and I'm overthinking, and I'm giving myself reasons to not do it. Think to yourself, okay, well, one day I'm not gonna be this person. Like, I'm not gonna be anxious one day, right? I'm gonna one day hopefully grow up and not feel like I have to avoid interactions with people. Okay, then you should think to yourself, what would I do then? in the future, let's just say the older me who is, you know, not mentally ill at all and does not deal with uncertainties, anxieties, and doesn't overthink stuff, what would that version of me do? Oh, well then, yeah, I guess the older version of me would probably go up to that person and chat to them, right? You need to do that now. Like, you need to pretend to be that person now, otherwise you never will be. You have to actually just pretend. You have to fake it until you make it. You have to be that person that you want to be in the future. And it might seem really obvious now that I'm saying it, but like, I feel like, especially with anxiety in like specifically, to be honest, this wasn't really meant to be a video about anxiety, really. I just thought the phrase was cool, but it's like specifically anxiety, yeah. You have to act like somebody who is not anxious. It's like when you're trying to go to sleep, you have to be like, pretend to be someone who is asleep in order to fall asleep. It's the same principle. It's the same thing. So if you want to be someone, you have to pretend like you already are that person. So if you want to be successful, even if you ain't got shit to your name now, like even if you haven't done anything and you haven't got anything worth talking about, you kind of have to act like you have done all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, if you are going to do it, that's still going to be you. That's still going to be like you on the inside. Like the person you are now is going to go do that stuff. Not the person of who you will be. The person of you now has to make it happen. The person in the future has already done it. So it's a bit of a struggle there, because it's like, here I am, here's A and there's B. So there's a destination, I can see it, I know what it is, but you don't know how to act in between. It's the person in between that gets lost, and people think that it's the person at the finish line who did all the work, when actually it's the person at the starting point who did. See what I mean? So fake it till you make it, man, in every aspect. Like, if you want to be someone, act like that person now. Pretend to be them now. If you're, another good example, like if you're training, like if you've just started working out and you started looking after yourself, you need to kind of act like a gym professional now. Like when you go there, even if you're literally in bad shape, even if you if you look at yourself and you feel like you look terrible, you have to get yourself the right equipment, man. Even if that means get yourself some gym clothes so you know, commit to it. If you need some extra equipment like a belt or whatever it may be, or get yourself a nice gym membership at somewhere, you know, as long as you can afford it, like a nice gym. You kind of have to go in there like, I am in great shape, so I need to train like a professional. But you need to do that from day one. Like, you need to do that straight away. Act like the person that you want to be today. You see what I mean? So yeah. Oh, fucking hell, my legs are on fire. But basically, yeah, that's just something I've realized. You'll be a lot happier if you pretend to be that person now, instead of waiting for that person to suddenly pop up. Stop waiting for triggers and stop waiting for reasons and shit. Just be them now. Be that person now. Like, you want to be someone who's like really popular, act like you've got hella people chatting to you now, even if you don't have a lot of friends. If you're a lonely person, yeah, for example, if you feel quite isolated, you have to pretend to be somebody that people want to speak to now. Like, you have to pretend, like, how would I act right now if I, you know, had all these things to go to and I had all these friends and all these people that wanted to speak to me? I'd probably feel really confident, and if I were to come across other people, I'd probably act a bit more, I don't know, I'd be a bit more expressive. I'd be more outgoing and more sociable. You need to be like that now. That's kind of how it works. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck in this trap that you've set for yourself, kind of thing. You need to, oh my God, my legs are, oh my God, I've got crazy pins and needles right now, Jesus Christ. Yeah, like, you need to be that person now. You need to act like them now. Even if this not you today, you have to act like it. You have to fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just something I've like realized and I'm trying to do. Even like this shit right here, like, okay, to be honest, I'm not really trying to make it crazy big online or anything. I don't like, I have a job and I kind of just get on with it. You know, I have other stuff that I'm aspiring towards, I guess. But like, the internet, I just post online because it's just like, you know, we live in the era where you can just do it. You can kind of just sit in the park and record a video. But even this, I'm like, you gotta kind of do it as if you got 1 million people watching. Even though right now, like, I think I've got like -5 subscribers. You see what I mean? So yeah, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I don't know how consistent I want to make videos, to be honest. Like, I don't want to be that guy that puts out slop just to get shit out daily. That's not really what I want to do. I just kind of want to come on here and make a video every time I feel like it. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, but that's it for today. Yeah, I'll see you probably in like 5 months from now, because I don't have shit to talk about at the moment. So, all right, thanks.